So last night I got the teeth whitening. My wife surprised me with the teeth whitening. Sounds good in theory, except as you guys learned from the videos, I literally cannot live without caffeine. Like, I am caffeine fueled. I'm not allowed to have coffee for 48 hours because of this. So that's how my day started today. And how many coffees did we have yesterday in the short time we were together? Maybe like 4. It's it's not gonna be a great day. Mortgage brokers in Ontario, and obviously us in Vancouver, there's a 3-hour time difference. And that always lends itself to, generally stuff might go sideways overnight, whether it be email, a scenario that happened to somebody the night before, and here we are in the morning trying to deal with it kind of thing. Moral of the story, when I wake up in the morning, if there are fires, they're usually surrounded my bed kind of thing. That was just one of those mornings, and it sucks to wake up like that. It sucks when you wake up like that and then can't get a coffee to start dealing with it. But we got through it all. We always do. We have a strong team and everyone's super reactive, and it's great, but it doesn't change the fact that morning feels a little bit different. So here we are at like 9 a.m. This is when I used to start my day in another life, and when a lot of people just start their days, and we're probably about 4 hours in already. So it's been an adventure. But anyways, yeah, so super white teeth, no coffee. How do I feel about it overall, the no coffee versus white teeth? I'd rather you take my teeth with pliers out of my head. That's how I feel about it. But hey, my smile's white, so that's good. There's my rant. So our franchise sales director, Jeff Sampson, messaged me at 5 a.m. this morning. And thinks his wife might be going into labor. Bags packed, everything else. But what we're doing today on the Centum side of things is we do Centum Lemonade Week. We do it across the country, and we do lemonade stands all this week on different days. So today is our corporate office's lemonade stand that we're doing. So what we champion is we partner with Easter Seals, but more specifically, we have a fund called Centum Tech for Kids. And what that does is that provides assistive technology for children with disabilities for an opportunity to lead a more normal life than they can normally as a result of their disability. So something we're really, really passionate about. Machines, for example, of like that kids can touch and type in, and like sometimes that might be the first time and the only way they'll ever hear their child say they love them type thing. Like, it was really, really touching when we started this. So that all sounds serious and good and noble. I will be wearing an inflatable panda suit in 2 hours. Brendan, you can't see it, but Brendan lit up like a Christmas tree. Warning in advance, the panda puns come out pretty hard when I put it on. It's just the dad humor. So we leave for Maui tomorrow. So today is a lot of the tying up like every loose end possible. And then in the midst of that, I wasn't going to be so active in the lemonade stand, but now with Jeff down, I think I'm probably going to have to be. Which so that's a bit of a curveball. But if he has his kid today, that is amazing. If he has his kid 5 days from now, I'm probably going to kill him. It is a beautiful day in Vancouver today, which is awesome for a lemonade stand. So you know what instinctually I was about to say? We should go grab a coffee. Yeah, it's gonna be a long day. Because he doesn't want to stand in a lemonade stand. Maybe. I've already put on camera. I was like, you have the baby fine. You don't have the baby for like another 5 days. Alright. Let's try and track down Joseph. Get that targeted. We should push the beat into the flower. Too bad, how are you? Well, that's interesting. We just found some money. So is like the national. I'm winning because of the relationship I built with them. It's got to be perfect. It's got to be solid. It's got to better our network, and we'll win in the end because of that kind of thing. I'm happy to. I think there's an opportunity for us to probably quadruple our size over the next year. I was gonna say let's go get a coffee, but that's right. We're still no coffee, so. Done. No, the funny thing is there is a procedure I could have did. It's like some sort of like weird cream that you put on real quick. And if you do that, it locks the enamel, and that way you won't stain. And I was like, I'm not gonna spend an extra $29. Ton of regrets right now. I would pay a shameful amount for a cup of coffee. I wouldn't, like $20 easy. If it was my favorite, yeah, you know what? I'm actually embarrassed to admit how much I would pay for a cup of coffee right now. It's like it owns me. Like I'm cloudy. I just edited this video. I had to check 3 times for typos. Yeah, this was the behind the scenes. You guys saw me shoot the video, and the editing process. I literally do it from start to finish. So it's uploading now. We're waiting for some upload time, and then that is off the list. We're doing good so far with the list before we go on holidays. So I am very tempted to go get that cream. In fact, I'm going to call about it right now. It's how desperate this has gotten. That's how dire this has gotten. Okay. They don't open till 11:30 a.m. Come on. Is that rolling? So, update on the teeth whitening. They open in 1 hour. My wife is actually downtown, and we were gonna go look into it because it was $10 had I done it yesterday, and I could be sipping like sweet coffee. So I have regrets. Some yummy water. Son of a actually squeezing the lemons. I was trying to cover our butts, boys.
I walked in, I saw him like.
I suppose I should. Water, and that is one of my scotch glasses from inside my desk. I have questions now. Somebody get into my stash. Belongs in here. Because this is how we get through the hard days. Needless to say, it's under lock and key at all times for obvious reasons. Because these two things go hand in hand, obviously. So behind it, the giant inflatable panda suit. There it is in all its glory. There. Not what you were immediately expecting from this account, right? You do what you gotta do to bring in the charity. We got some gloves, or paws, if you will. So here's what's probably gonna set our content apart. I don't think I ever remember any other influencers sitting here scraping battery stuff, complaining how they can't have their coffee, dressing in a panda suit, cutting lemons. If there's anything insightful about that, it's just, I'm not really below anything, or above anything, I should say, rather. The panda suit is probably seen as like a goofy thing, which it is. I like to have some fun, but what it's more about is I want to show the team at all times that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to attract people, have some fun, create some energy. I don't know if a lot of presidents of other brands would do that, but it's the unique, weird way I try to inspire. So I would never ask them to do anything I wouldn't do myself. And I wouldn't ask them to do the panda thing because it's kind of my thing and I like it. Hey Siri, text my wife. It doesn't pick up the pause. Hey Siri, text my wife. Okay, we're going downstairs. We'll see you at the lemonade stand. This is harder than it looks. There we go!
It's your lemonade here.
So we have been hard at work squeezing these lemons to make this much lemonade, and we were selling lemonade in downtown Vancouver, so you can only imagine how long we've been squeezing these lemons for. But it's Centum Tech for Kids. So Centum Tech for Kids provides assistive technology to children with disabilities to help them lead a little bit of a more normal life if they have a disability that hinders that. So it's something that we've been involved with for 3 years now. And yeah, all the staff, we go downstairs and we interact with the community, we sell some lemonade, and apparently we wear panda suits. So Joe has been graciously cutting lemons with a dull knife. I'm really hoping you don't have like an injury post after this. So yeah, that's it. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna picture myself in like a panda's day. You know, regular panda grind, go to work, go home, kids, panda wife. All right, guys, so that is a wrap. We got another Centum Lemonade week into the books. I think we raised some great money for Easter Seals and Centum Tech for Kids. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Met a lot of people, took a lot of selfies. That's it. We're tired. It's time to go home. I'm gonna try not to be rude to this poor girl that's gonna sell us this stuff. She's gonna be like, make sure you do this, make sure you do this, make sure. I'm gonna be like, coffee. When? All we need to establish here. Like, I seriously have a splitting headache. I started working out the payments on, what were we looking at? Oh, it was on a G-Wagon. A friend of mine will be watching this and he'll chuckle because he was like, you're an idiot. And I knew I was an idiot. But started pricing it out and I was like, okay, cool. Well, you know, disposable income, whatever. I could spend, it's gonna be like $3,300 a month for this vehicle. And that was very early on when I was passing like 3 of them every 10 minutes kind of thing. And then yeah, and then you just realize, you like everything in life, any business goal, you got to establish what the definition of success, what the definition of wealth, what the definition of happy is for you. But you have to actually take the time. And then from that moment on, if you take the time to be honest with yourself, do a discovery of what each one of those things truly, truly means, not to everybody else, but what it means to you, that's your North Star, right? Every single thing you do from that point forward, you measure against that. Oh, this is gonna be neat, but does it actually make me happy? Or is this actually not gonna take me away from my definition of happy? Maybe you shouldn't do it, right? Oh, I'll feel good when I wear this watch on my wrist and people might think that I must be baller. But if you're sweating on the fact that you might not have that down payment for your house for a year later, or your bank balance doesn't look the way it used to, and maybe your investments are tanking, maybe you're worried about losing your job, that watch is going to be a constant reminder of your own stupidity and your own lack of discipline, right? And that's, I don't know, that's why I feel bad for a lot of these people that got caught up in that. Just please, please, please find your own definition of happy, your own definition of rich, your own definition of success, and then just live it. And who cares what anyone else thinks? Because I guarantee it, the guy that looks the douchiest with all the fancy cars, the suits and everything else, that guy has stresses that you and I should never have and would never want, right? So, we are going to buy some gel that I can put on my teeth so I can finally have coffee. The adventure continues, but hopefully is coming to an abrupt end. 10 minutes. 10 minutes I can have coffee. Oh man. I feel like I've been given new life. This is a paramedic over across the street. He stood there and talked to me for probably a good 5 solid minutes, like in-depth conversation while I wore a panda suit. We just walked by him and he had no idea it was me. This, I think, This must be how Batman feels when he walks around during the daytime. Same thing. Positive it's the same. It's amazing. And I have a caffeine headache about this big, skull this wide, headaches about this wide. We went and got the treatment as you saw. I'm gonna enjoy this. I felt something. Oh, here's the girl I want to talk to. Sorry, gonna take your call. Let me know when you're available. Hey, there we go. And that was back to the ground. I guess I shouldn't talk. With ground beef and mayonnaise and mashed cauliflower. It's pretty exciting. But it keeps me purdy. No, I don't care if I'm purdy. It keeps me healthy. It makes me healthy. So we do it. Whether we like it or not. With our new teeth. Yay. I love the idea that Piper will get to sit back and watch her dad go through the struggles, the ups and the downs, and not glorify anything. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna see the crappy times. You're gonna hear about all the crappy times. And I want her to know it. Not to go in like a dark direction, but my dad was gone at 16. Just at that time where I could have started to establish, you know that line, and strictly, I'm referring to this strictly from the outside looking in because I've never experienced it. I think there comes a time in a teenager's life where your relationship starts to convert to almost like an adult relationship, right? And your conversations start taking different shapes, and you're going to start looking at your parents differently and asking different questions because you're about to become an adult on your own, and suddenly it's advice that you're seeking versus like, stop telling me what to do. You know what I mean? And it's morbid, but because of the way that I grew up, I'm very conscious of it. This might be the legacy that informs her about me. You know, and obviously I'm taking good care of myself and I'm not taking risks and everything else, but like, you never know, and we get one life. And I love the idea that, God forbid, if this is all she has one day, I'm glad she's gonna see it all. And I'm glad that she's gonna see the good, the bad, the ugly. And I hope that she gets out of it that her dad was always open, he was always honest, he never held anything back, but he did it because all he wanted to do was help people. And he was okay to tell his story because it helped people. He was okay to get really dark at times because it might help someone. And if she watches that and realizes and gets an impression of who her dad was from that, and that is all that's going to carry her forward, and that's going to help remind her of the values and morals and integrity that her family had, mission accomplished. That's the real reason we're doing it.